Hey, do you ever get so used to eating edibles that sometimes you have vitamin gummies and you think, all right, let's ride dirty. But you're not because it's just vitamin C. Welcome to the Oyasumi podcast, the nighttime podcast you can listen to at any time of day. Welcome to bed. Welcome, children of the night. What's up? How you doing? I hope you're well. I hope you're doing good. Uh, I hope you're at peace with the world. God knows I'm not. Anyway, oh, oh, yes, it's Monday, but it'll be Tuesday when this is out. And today is, I think, on record as one of the hottest days. If not, I think it is the hottest day in Seattle history. It's supposed to get to, I think it's supposed to get into the 110s, which, if you're from other parts of the country, you'll go, meh, that's nothing. Well, guess what? For 90% of the year, I live in the rain and the fog and the 60s, 60s and 50s. That's the comfort zone. And in the summer, I like a good 85. A nice 92 every now and then sprinkled in. But 100 and goddamn 10, I wasn't built for this kind of shit. Look at my skin. Look at that. Do you think I was built for this? Look at me. I'm gonna have a slight sweat all day. Do you know what that feels like? It's not fun. Going around with it's not even gonna be. I said slight. It's not even gonna be a slight. It's not gonna be a mild sweat. It's gonna be a full-blown drench fest. Are you happy? Are you hungry now? Did you lose your appetite? You're welcome. I'm sorry. But welcome to the podcast today. We here, meaning me here at the Oyasumi podcast, love to invite you in. Welcome to bed. Welcome. Get inside me. Do it. Do it. I don't know. I'm sorry about that. You don't have to get inside me. Let's check in. Let's check in here at the top of the podcast. Give me a second. And while I take that second, you take a second. Try to connect with yourself. And whatever that means to you. I'm doing not great. I was really not great yesterday. Really not great. And then I was really, really not great the day before that. And now I'm just not great. So it was really, really not great. Really not great. Really, no. Really, really, really not great. Really, really not great. And today I'm just not great. So progress. And then I'll probably be 4 times not great tomorrow. So that's the way it's been going. That's the pattern. It's a lonely life. But I'm glad I have you. I'm glad I have this, whatever this is. I hope this is comforting to someone out there. Going through it sucks. Yeah. Anyway. Enough about me. More about I hate to talk about the weather. But I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready. This is going to be crazy. Anyway. I don't know what to talk about, if I'm being honest. You guys hear about Britney? I don't know a whole lot about it. I never saw the documentary that came out. But she's in a conservatorship I mean, you probably know. She's in a conservatorship, which means her father controls her money and, well, what she's allowed to do, basically, I think. And I think her sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, is on the conservatorship as well, which is interesting. I don't know. It's a strange situation. I don't know the legalities of it, but usually conservatorships are for like old people with dementia, I think, which is interesting that Britney Spears has one. I don't know. Look, people are saying free Britney Spears. I don't have a problem with it. Free Britney Spears. What I do have a problem with, though, is I don't know if the same people that are saying free Britney Spears, you know, in the early 2000s when she was going through it, were you the person who was harping on her? You know what I mean? People were real dicks to Britney back then, man. Britney Spears was the I don't know what you call that. It's like you get to that level. It was like Justin Bieber was there. It's like these kid stars. People want to, I don't know. People just want to shit on them. Like figuratively, literally, probably. Like there's something about a child pop star, music star, where people go, fuck you. It's an interesting, and I've been guilty of this too. I'm not saying I haven't been a party to this. I'm just saying it's fucking weird. I don't know where it comes from. One Direction came out. I was like, fuck One Direction. I hadn't even heard their song. But I would admit that, though. I would have admitted that I had never heard one. I don't know. I'm just saying that. Hey, I'm on board with BTS. I love those kids. They're real swell. I've also never heard a BTS song. I just like their style. One Direction's name didn't help. One Direction. Stupid. It's a stupid name. Where are you going? Well, that's easy. In One Direction. I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway, Britney Spears went through this thing. Like I said, Justin Bieber, One Direction to a lower level. What happened to them? They just kind of disappeared, huh? I don't know. I couldn't name you one person in the band. Hey, what was that? What was that like group of Jonas Brothers? Yeah, they got shit on a little bit too. Any of these like child pop star. I don't know about any. You know who never got it? Well, maybe she did in her own way. People don't come after. I don't feel like people come after Billie Eilish in the same way. Maybe they do, and I don't see it because out of the gate, loved Billie Eilish. But I just don't see that as much as like your Biebers, your Britneys. What is that, man? It's like, is it the same thing? Is it the same thing that we had Colosseums for years? Like, is it in that same vein? Like we want to see the carnage kind of thing? What is that? What does that mean? Why were we so anti-Britney? And not all of us. I had a Britney Spears CD or two when I was a young lad. Are you kidding me? Hit Me Baby One More Time. I can't think of any of her other songs. I know I listened, I had several albums. Yeah. But she's got this conservatorship. Her father has control over her money, and she's pushing to get it lifted, which is fair, to say the least. And I don't know. I was watching this small report on it, and they were saying, it's kind of weird that she's still in this place to begin with, but what she has to do is just prove that she's a able-bodied human, which, I hope that she is. Again, I don't, I mean, but here's the thing. She's been on tour since this conservatorship. She's released multiple albums. Several of them had gone platinum, I hear. Good for you. She's done a residency in Las Vegas. I mean, you can't be on the dementia level and still do that, right? I don't know a lot about singing. It's just weird. It's weird that we were like, oh, Britney Spears, and now we're like, go Britney Spears. I say go Britney Spears, and again, I'm sure I was guilty of it. I'm sorry, Britney. I'm sorry for what you're going through now. I'm sorry if I didn't have your back in the late 2000s, early to late 2000s. I know I had a couple of your CDs, so I supported you a little bit. I actually think they were ripped CDs. I think they were pirated. I think they were copied. But wait, I supported. Were you in the Spice Girls movie? I rented that a whole bunch. I rented that a lot. I think I rented the Spice Girls movie for like my 5th birthday or something. I loved the Spice. I didn't even listen. I didn't have a Spice Girls CD. I loved the Spice Girls movie. I loved it when Elton John made an appearance. My favorite part in the Spice Girls movie was when they're driving in a car and there's a bridge that's going up and they're like, "Can we make it, girls?" And they were like, "Yes, we can." And they put the pedal to the fucking metal and they jumped the bridge there. And they're the Spice Girls. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And they did, because they're great. Would I be Posh Spice? I don't think so. Do I look posh to you? Baby Spice was my favorite as a kid. I was a big fan of Baby Spice. And again, I couldn't name a song. I could not name one Spice Girls song. Movie was dope, though. And I thought when I was 5, I felt that Baby Spice was attractive. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, I suppose. I mean, what's going on besides the heat and Britney, huh? Nothing. There's nothing out there. It's been a week since I've seen you. I hoped the last time that we spoke that I would be. I went home. I went to my home in Vancouver, Washington / Portland area. I stayed with my parents, and I was gonna do a live / not live from my parents' house. And that didn't happen because my nieces were in. Well, I call them my nieces. They're really my cousin's kids, but I love them like nieces. Anyway, my nieces were down, and so I ended up like I took them to a skate park all day the first day I was there, and it literally till 10. Surprisingly, they usually turn the street lights off in the skate parks past 10 or whatever, but there was still some dim light in there, so we stayed there like from 2:30 to 10 basically, and we just hung out at the skate park. It was a great time. At this particular skate park we went to, though, there's no fucking shade. There's no shade, so it was warm. It was hot. It wasn't as hot as today is gonna be, but it was too much, dude. I had to skate down to the Chevron several times to stock up on low cal Gatorade and water, and also a charger because I left my charger at home, and I bought a gas station charger. And we all know how well gas station chargers work. They don't fucking work unless you move them you have to right out of the package. Right out of that, which upsets me. Right out of the package, this cable only works if it's tilted a certain way. It's a wire. Shouldn't the juices flow through the wire? You know? I understand it getting frayed, but it needs use to get frayed, right? To fray a wire, one it requires use. I spent $12 on that fucking thing. But it did charge my phone so long as I kept an eye on it and tilted it like this. But I couldn't just, because I had my block charger, which if you're watching the video, I'll show you right now. This Anchor portable charger I got off Amazon. Yes, I do request you buy it. I've had it for years now. The thing's a workhorse, and it charges your shit. So I don't know what else you want. But that was a good day. But my phone was gonna die, and I don't know directions very well, so I couldn't get back home if I didn't buy I could have, I could have drove around until I found, honestly, but I didn't want to do that. $12 didn't work. It did, well, to be fair, it did work. Like I said, it's just frustrating. Anyway, we went to the skate park, shredded the fucking gnar, met some cool homies, went to this skate shop next to the skate park, which I didn't know it was a skate park. I mean, a skate shop, because the signs, I mean, it's not a skate shop only, but the sign says paintball in big letters, and then in little teeny tiny letters under it, it says skateboarding, which is interesting because the paintball portion of this particular shop is relatively small. The majority is like scooters, bikes, and skateboard stuff. So it's like, I don't know. I would have never gone in there for anything else. I would have seen that I've driven past this place before, and for years that's a paintball place. They sell paintball and paintball equipment, and maybe there's a small space in the back for paintballing. That's what I thought. I did not know that they had cool skateboard shit in there. In fact, I got a new board, and I'll show the I'll show the camera. I call it my citrus deck. And if you can see if you're listening to this, I will describe it for you. I am showing the grip tape. The grip of my deck is this like orange. It's like oranges, and it says Grizzly because it's a Grizzly grip tape. I have so yes, as I said, I call this my citrus deck. I have yellow Bones 100s on there, and the back, or the the graphic, it's a Baker deck, and it's part orange and part yellow, so it looks citrusy. I've got my animal chin sticker, which I got from that skate shop from which I was telling you about, the one by that skate park, and it's a red animal chin sticker. It's on the red side of the graphic, and then I've got orange in the middle where there's orange. Look, it's a wheel. It's a skate wheel, but it's an orange, and the Pau Peralta skeleton in the red space because it's red, and The orange Spitfire guy. Anyway, I think it's cool. I'm not good at skating. I I basically just push around, but it's fun. And I love it. Like, a lot. I'm glad we're here together today. Why do you treat me like the whore that I am? Oh, because I get it. What else is going on today besides it's the super hot? And like last week, I'm going to probably film part of this tomorrow and part of it today. So I wonder what tomorrow, probably the same fucking thing. I'll probably be taking, cut this part out. I'm not talking about anything special. Anyway, I didn't have time because basically, as I was saying, I took the train, right? Back home. I took the train. My train, I thought, was for 6:10 a.m. So I got up. Okay, no, let me back this up further. I went to work until 10 p.m. I got home and I didn't go to sleep because I knew that I had to catch the train at 6:10, or I thought that I knew I had to catch the train at 6:10, right? So I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to sleep. I'll try to sleep a little bit on the train, even though I know I won't, because I know it's almost impossible for me to sleep when I'm vertical. That's just, I don't know why. I see other people sleep in chairs and I go, I wish I could do it. I can't do it. I need horrors. I need at least like this much incline, whatever that is in degrees. It needs to be obtuse rather than acute. Anyway, so I didn't sleep. I take an Uber to the King Street station around 5 because I like to be early. Because you never know, the train could come early, what have you. So I go to King Street Station, and holy shit, I don't think I tipped the Uber guy. I always tip the Uber guy. Oh my god. I may have ruined my 5-star rating. I was in such a, traveling, it's like, I hope I can still do it. I'm going to tip the Uber guy. If you're out there, I'm going to tip you. If you gave me a 1 star because I didn't tip you, that's fair. Were that to be on purpose, that would have been a dick move on me. I had a 5-star rating, and I'm very proud of my 5-star Uber rating, the rider rating. I do not want to lose that status. Please forgive me. Anyway, I get there right 5:00 ish, and the sun's just coming up onto the horizon in the city, and I'm up in there, and I get to the train station, and they don't open until 6. The doors, because I was just gonna chill out in the station, but the station doesn't open until 6. So I go, fuck. I go, well, I didn't have a coffee, and I'm tired as fuck, so I'm gonna go around and try to find a coffee. I knew there was a Starbucks in Chinatown. However, I wasn't on the Chinatown side of the station, and I didn't want to go up the stairs for some reason. I don't know. It was morning. I was lazy, and so I got the skateboard I just showed you out of my duffel bag, and I just skated around the block, and there was this big coffee shop on the corner that I wanted to try, and it was fucking closed until it was not open until 7. I'm like, this is Seattle, okay? This is Coffee Town, buddy. Where do you get off not opening your store for use until 7:00? You're a coffee shop. People are up early. It's the city that sleeps sometimes, but they wake up. We're the city that sleeps sometimes, but we wake up and we want our coffee. Are there any espresso purists out there? I don't understand you. I love espresso as well. Don't get me wrong. But just black coffee, dude? It's fucking delicious. Actually, that's an espresso roast that I'm drinking right now, so it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. That's why purists are silly, because nothing really matters. It's coffee, it's espresso, it's coffee. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, so I was disappointed by this coffee shop. And then, so I skate around the corner, and then I go, do you know what? I'm just going to skate to Chinatown. So I skated to Chinatown, and there was a Starbucks, and that son of a bitch was open at 4 o'clock. An hour before I even got there. So I got a Starbucks, and I went down to the train station and waited for another whatever hour. I get in the train station once they opened up, because there's the guy, the same, like, I don't know if he's the security or the I don't know what his title is. The guy is in the station. He's the guy. He's the train station guy. I don't know how else to describe him. He's the train station guy. He helps people out. He tells you where to go. He tells you where the ticket office is if you need it. Anyway, he opens the doors. I see him literally every time I take the train. I've never not seen it. I've never seen someone else in his position at the train station. So I have to assume that it's always, he's the sole person with that job. There's no alternative. That's all I have to assume. I go in and he goes, when's your train for? I go, 6:10. He goes, 6:10. I go, yeah. He's like, there is no 6:10. There's no 6:10 train. Well, shit. He said, well, there is. It's 6:10 p.m. I go, okay, well, let me look at my ticket. I look at my ticket. Sure enough, my ticket was for 6:10 p.m. So I go, all right. Well, what do I got to do? He said, the ticket office is right over there. I go to the ticket office, and I was like, look, I bought this ticket. I need it. I need to go early because I thought it was 6:10. Like, I need to go. Or is there any way I can get this ticket changed? And she was like, let me see. There was one fucking ticket left on the earliest train. One ticket left. And I snagged it. And they transferred it, so I didn't even have to. They actually, the ticket for that time was less money than the one that I had, so they gave. Well, my mom bought the ticket, so it went back to my mom. But $10 I saved my mother. And in case you're wondering, I don't need my mother to buy my train ticket. I was gonna pay for my train ticket, but she already bought it. Okay. I'm not without means. I can buy my own train ticket. I'm an adult. So I get on the train. Now it's the 7:30 train. I thought it was the 6:10 train. I wait in the station for however long that is. I listen to podcasts and what have yous. And I get on the train. So here we are right now. Work, stay up, trains. No, work, stay up, coffee, train. That's where we're at. It's just 2 days, 48 hours. Get on the train. The tickets please guy comes in. He actually doesn't say tickets please. He has a whole spiel about turn your brightness up if it's on your phone, but he doesn't say tickets please. Somewhere they probably do, on some train. Probably that same train with a different guy. This guy did not say tickets please. In fact, I very rarely hear that. I've been on the train quite quite a few times. I'm on the train. I'm wondering because every time I take the train, look, I'm the guy. I have to go to the bistro car every time. Every time I have to go to the bistro car, and I was worried that the bistro car was not working because of COVID. I would have been upset. I would have been irate. I wouldn't have said anything, of course, because I don't want to cause a scene. But the Karens that sat in front of me actually were very upset. Not because of but they were like, they were being Karens. Not about the dining car, but they were like, well, do we have to wear our masks? Yeah, it was that kind of thing. They weren't happy. And the train guys look, man, I just work here. Yes, you have to wear your masks. Just be on the train. Look out the window. Look at the water. Look at the sound. Just try to have a good time, man. What are you doing? So I walked to the bistro car, and there's a guy in the booth, in the little bistro booth. But he looked busy doing something, and there wasn't a line. And I had never been on the train going to the bistro car where there wasn't at least one person in front of me. So I looked around. I looked at the bistro guy. He didn't see me come in. He didn't know I was there. I looked at him. He was very busy with what he was doing. I was like, I don't want to bother this man. He's obviously busy. I don't want to go, hey, are you open? Can I get something real quick? I didn't, I don't like bothering people. So this is a very awkward situation, and I'm the one who made it awkward. So I'm standing there alone in the bistro car, staring at this man who doesn't know I'm there. And I turn around, and the ticket man just walked in, and he's staring at me. He looks at me. He knows I want to go to the bistro car. He knows I'm not going in. He knows I want a bistro. He knows I have questions as to whether the bistro car is open or not. It would be, in all fairness to him, it would be strange of him to ask me, hey, is this what the bistro car is open, man. Which I know he knows the answer to the question. He knows I'm thinking. And I know that. Neither of us say anything. I look at him. I look back at the man in the bistro car who still doesn't know I'm there. And I walk out. I could have asked him, hey, do you know if the bistro car is open? But then I would look silly because the bistro man's right there. Why? So he would go, maybe. So why don't you ask the bistro guy? He's right there. It was a no-win. I don't believe in no-win scenarios, but it wasn't looking good for me, so I just bailed. I waited 10 minutes, and then I went back to the bistro car, and I saw someone walk out with a goddamn drink, so I went in there, and I got a gin and tonic, and at 7 o'clock in the morning, because I thought it would help me fall asleep, but it didn't. I actually did fall asleep a little bit, like a half hour maybe, so maybe it did help. But anyway, I got my gin and tonic and a muffin. I got a gin and tonic. I think a breakfast bowl. Yep. Gin and tonic breakfast bowl. I wanted sriracha with the breakfast bowl. I didn't want to ask for sriracha because I know they didn't have it. I know that they have salsa, but I didn't ask for salsa. He asked if I wanted ketchup. I was like, sure. I don't usually have ketchup with eggs. I'm not a ketchup and eggs kind of guy, but that's what I did. I put ketchup in my eggs because I knew I wanted salsa. And I was like, this, I guess, is close enough to salsa. when I really wanted sriracha. I should have brought my own in the bag. But I didn't know I was going to get a breakfast bowl when I walked in. I didn't plan on it. I had ideas of the gin and tonic. But none of the breakfast bowl. The breakfast bowl wasn't in the zeitgeist. So my day is work, no sleep, coffee, train, gin and tonic, sleep. I get home, and then I take my niece to the skate park until 10. And then I stay up, I eat steak, and I eventually go to bed at like 2. It was dude, it was a full-blown day. When in that time frame do you think I had time to film this? I didn't, unfortunately, and I wanted to. But I I woke up at 10:30, 11:30 because I stayed up for 2 days and then went to bed late also. So, by that time the weekend was over and I couldn't do this there. So there's, one day I will do a live from my parents' house. Oh, at the skate park. I went to that Chevron, right, that I was telling you about. They had Chupa Chups, which is this lollipop. If you've never had Chupa Chups, they're like cream. They're cream lollipops. It's like strawberries and cream, orange cream, root beer and cream. They're creamy lollipops that I loved when I was a kid. Hard to find. Really hard to find. Chupa Chups aren't a normal thing. So I went into the gas station. I was like, oh, Chupa Chups, because he had them on the counter there. And he was like, what? I said, Chupa Chups. And I was like, I love these. You can't find them anywhere. He's like, oh. And that's the first time I've seen it. That must have gotten there today because I've never seen those before in my life. I was like, cool. I gave him the 2 Chupa Chups. And he rang it up. And I was like, you know what? I don't see these a lot. I'm going to get 3 more. And he was like, he'd already put it through. He already pressed the button. And then now it wanted me to pay. So he had to press the button back to get back. And he had to put the two more Chupa Chups in. I felt sorry, but not sorry enough to cancel it. I wanted 2 more Chupa Chups. I haven't even eaten them yet, as you can plainly see, but they're fucking delicious. I used to have a tin of them. All right, I think that's all the talk you're gonna get for today. I might film some more tomorrow, or maybe I'll just end this. I'm ending it for today. Look at me. I'm in my robe. I didn't hook up the microphone. That's the show. Oyasumi, you have a good night. If it's not night where you are, have a good day, and then eventually have a good night.